You forgot. Hi, how you doing?
Hey Eddie, I'm really good, thank you.
We just
Slightly starstruck.
there's somebody. We're writing a card for somebody in our team, and she put her name is Lauren, but she's putting Laura. I'm thinking, why you? What the fuck? How can you forget to write your own name?
The thing is, Sally, hi Sally. The thing is, once Eddie starts to write, his writing's more illiterate than mine, illegible rather. So, sorry.
She's
Well,
Sally. She's full of shit. You see the calls. You see how she bullies me constantly. You know what I mean?
It's
It,
really not fair. Sally, come and save me.
how you doing,
I,
Sally? And
I'm
before
sure I'm sure it'll be six of one and half a dozen of the other.
Sally, before I forget, thank you so much for being active in the community because you're here because you're active and we appreciate that. We see you. You see what we're trying to do with the community, don't you? We're trying to
Love
get
it.
everybody. That's why you're charging just one off fee. So you come in and then once you can stay in for forever.
Yeah.
We're trying to create a movement where we've been lied to about food for a long time, right? And we've been lied to about nutrition and everything that we're eating, and low fat this and low fat this, high protein. So these are our products. We're not eating what we're meant to eat as human beings. And if you're here, please let us help you. But you're helping by contributing. That's what you're here. We appreciate that. Anyway, how did you end up in Abbew Crew? Sorry.
That is a really lovely thing to start with. So thank you, because I think the community, we call it the community, and
Yeah.
absolutely, I think it was CJ, one of the ladies from Australia, that welcomed me to the community when I joined, and I was like,
Yeah.
love that. I'm going to keep that. How did I come across you? Well, I've been in 2024, at the ripe old age of 50. I decided that I needed to do something different because I'm a serial dieter. I was put on Herbalife when I was 11 by my mother, who was one of the reps for Herbalife. And I think ever since then, I've had this really dysfunctional relationship with food. And in 24, an old friend of mine, one of my best friends, Dan, introduced me to Davinia Taylor from Will Powders.
Okay, yes,
And
yeah,
I read her book, It's Not a Diet. And I
yeah,
was like, it was like she'd written it for me. I was like, oh my God, I've done all of those diets. I've done Lighter Life. I've done the Cambridge diet. I've done, the only thing I've not
slim
done,
fast,
Eddie,
well, yeah,
is injections and
yeah,
surgery. Those are the two things I've not done. And it
yeah,
was getting to the point, obviously all the injections were coming out, and I was like, I don't want to go down that route. I work I sell to medical field.
yeah.
I'm a product
You
manager
don't
of
want,
medical
yeah, you don't want to be
devices.
taking them, yeah, yeah,
Don't want to go down the injection route. So and I changed a lot of my lifestyle at that point. I dropped UPFs. I got rid of sugar pretty much, most refined sugar. I still
yeah,
drank alcohol every now and again, but saved it for the good times. And I
yes, yeah,
dropped 3 stone, and I was really pleased with that. And the game changer for me was I've kept it off. So I've kept it
yeah.
off for, well,
That's what it's
since
about.
December
Yeah, yeah,
24.
yeah,
But I've not lost any more. So I was like, need to do something different. And I think because of the algorithm on
algorithm. Yeah, yeah,
Instagram,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you popped up, and also Davinia is follows you and
Oh
has
no,
tagged you in a
we've
couple
done a
of
few
things.
collabs together. We've done conferences
Yeah,
together. Everything. Yeah,
yeah. So that's how I came across you, and I adore you. I'm slightly starstruck. Sorry, Lauren. I'm
yeah.
slightly starstruck, and just love your ethos. And now I'm doing the program, I can testify how well it works, and
How do
I'm
you
just
feel?
blown
How do
away.
you feel physically and mentally?
Amazing.
I know it's
So
now. Do
I
you
just
understand why I'm making so much noise?
100%. Honestly, I've dropped a dress size already, and I've only been doing the program 3 weeks. The scale has moved, but that's not my only measure. But I'm
Absolutely,
really
yes.
pleased.
Yeah,
I've lost 11 pounds in 3 weeks, so 10.8 pounds in 3 weeks. And but the game changer for me, Eddie, is I had a car crash in 2006, 7, and I've been in back pain ever since. And I spend a fortune on physio maintenance, really. I avoided surgery, and it's just something I manage. I take pain
yeah,
relief when I need to. Honestly, the last, I'd say, 8, 9 days, I've not had back pain. And I can't tell you what a difference that makes to just everything. And I hadn't realized until I don't even know how I realized. I think I just sat down and went, I'm not in pain.
So you see, well, I'll tell you what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to bring your insulin levels down. That's one. And we're trying to reduce inflammation. We're trying to fix your gut health. So your back pain would have been partly caused by inflammation. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, if the injury is there, but if something was inflaming it, inflammation is when your body sends the healing army, the area swells up. But once you start eating this way and the insulin level goes down, inflammation level comes down as well. So yeah, that's got a lot to do with it. What about mental clarity and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, really good. I mean, I'd started to recognize brain fog being that age group now. And I was put on, I wasn't tested for anything, obviously, but I was put on estrogen and progesterone. And
there we go. Yeah.
because I did the doctor sat there with me with the checklist from Dr. Louise Newson and just said, yeah, I think you're in menopause. Let's put you on estrogen. Oh, okay. So I've been taking very low levels. That I'm not using the gel. I've just got a pessary that I use, and I notice when I'm not on that before the program.
Yes.
I've not stopped taking that yet,
Yes.
but only because it's such a low dose. But brain clarity, just mental health as well. It's not just brain clarity.
Mental health,
I think my thoughts are way more positive, and that's because I'm doing something productive, and the community is amazing. Honestly, it makes the program. I don't have enough doubt hours in the day though, because I just want to be on there all the time.
but you're contributing to the community, and so that's why I'm saying thank you, because we appreciate that. When we set the community, so this is how it worked out. We got a background team, the social media team, and they're like, okay, you got this amount of following, you can make this amount of money, you can charge people $2,000 for this because this person charges that amount. I'm like, stop for a minute, hang on. We want to try and heal people. I'm 63 years old, and I managed to reverse all of that. We just want to be able to reach everybody rather than just reaching. So it's about. That's why sometimes you see them trying to upgrade. You want to, people can buy one-to-ones and stuff like that, because we got to find different ways. Because we're a community of a team of about 8, and everybody's got to get paid. But at the same time, my main priority is getting everybody to feel the way I feel. That's my main priority. It's never been about money. I was always been told, well, because it's my background. I was brought up in poverty, and I'm not one of these people that wants to drive this car, and that doesn't appeal to me at all. If I had the money to waste, I'd look after somebody because strangers paid for my education. That's what I do. I help people with their education. That's more important to me than whatever. So I set out to educate, to make people aware that we're being fucked over when it comes to food. Sorry to swear, but we're being lied to in almost every illness. When I was nursing in the 80s, I trained as a nurse. I qualified as a nurse. When I was a registered nurse, it said 1 in 6 of us in the late 80s. Now it's 1 in 2. Why? You walk into Tesco's and you can see why. Everything is screaming at you, colorful with cartoons and all that shit. And then we're buying it and we're getting sick. And our doctors are not trained to say to us, look, let's find the root cause of your illness rather than they give you medication. So, like before I started doing this, just before I want to say this, I'm not talking a lot, and I want to give you a chance to talk. Before I started doing this, I was a bodybuilding trainer. I coached lots of bodybuilders, thousands. They're coming from all over the world to see me. Then eventually I saw bodybuilders, we're the dumbest people on earth. We collectively, we're not smart. I mean, it's all about how you look in the mirror, look at me on my biceps. Then I just thought, I can't do that anymore. And I just fell into it. It happened that I started helping people lose body fat. But 75% of my clients were menopausal women. And my wife, it just happened by chance. My wife, and Lauren is one of them. Was one of them. She's not now, but now she sits in the office. But anyway,
you see how mean he is?
Okay,
Not
I
me.
do. I
You
think, have
see.
you got HR? Is there
No, he
yeah.
is
Is
HR.
there HR in your team?
And stuff. He's the HR department.
So what happened was my wife and daughter put a kitchen, a professional kitchen. My daughter's a chef, so we had a meal prep business coming out of there, and people were coming to my office, getting their orders, and then going there and ordering food and saying to saying to them, "Oh my God, all my symptoms have gone. I feel amazing. I feel amazing." And then they're bringing their friends. So I ended up having lots of menopausal women, and then I thought, bloody hell, how can I make this whatever? So my daughter and I started making videos that went viral. And eventually, everything started. But these corporations, a lot of them, like these companies, they only see my numbers, and they're like, "Oh yeah." At the beginning, I had an agent, WME, I don't know, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got this. They wanted to sponsor you, and they wanted to promote this." I'm like, "Fuck off! What don't you understand? Don't you realize?" Magnesium. Where would you find the magnesium tree? Where would you? I don't believe in supplements. I don't believe in any of that. I took lots of them when I was young, and now I realize that the body can heal itself if you provide the right environment. So what you're doing now is healing. Give yourself time. Don't be impatient. Just keep eating this way. Eat the foods that make you feel good. The longer you do it, the more you feel, the better you feel. I'm 63, and I swear to God, I feel like I did when I was in my 20s, and I'm not going to let that go.
I love that. I'm desperately trying to convince my husband to give it a go because he's just turned 60 and he's eating the dinners that I prepare because I'm the cook, but still has cereal for breakfast, still has, he eats salad at lunchtime. He's Italian descent.
Yeah.
And I'm just growling at him when he's got he's like, they're just cornflakes. I went, they're not just cornflakes.
There's a conflict, yeah.
Have eggs instead. He's like, I've got no time in the morning to make eggs. So every morning now I make, not in the morning, but at lunchtime you can see me doing my eggs, and it takes less time for him
Yeah.
to make a brew and a bowl of cereal and me to do my eggs than it does for him to do that. And then I'm sat eating them, and I'm like, so you don't have time to do this in the morning then?
Yeah, but you know what I say, right? There's a saying this is what I always say when you're on the plane, before the plane takes off, the air hostess comes around and then they start doing all these signs and all that, but they always say something like, if there's the mask come down, put yours on first before you put. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep healing yourself. Eventually, when you're walking down the street with him, and the 20-year-old guy start turning their heads when you walk around, you watch him how quickly he's going to think, oh, he's going to change. Before you know, he'll be eating fucking everything that you eat. Just give it time.
I'll say that to him. Eddie says 20-year-olds are going to start fancying me, so
Yes,
you need to put your
absolutely.
ideas up.
And then before you know it, he's like, oh, hang on. Did I see that boy just wink at you? And before you know it, he'll be eating eggs from the next day. You wait and see.
I love that. It's my main takeaway from today's conversation so far.
But do you have any questions for me? Do you have any question for me, Sally?
Yeah, well, I need to apologize. I've not done, I literally, before I jumped in, I watched all the videos, I watched the recipes, I did all that, and then I jumped in and I've done my shop. What I haven't done is catch up on all the Zooms because unfortunately I'm usually in the office on a Tuesday and I don't get a chance to log in. I'm usually either finishing up work or in the car. And everyone advised me to not do it in the car last week. So I was like, okay, I won't. Water.
You can do it in the car, but you don't have to say anything. You're driving and it's there. Some people have done it before. But water, yeah, you got going.
Water. So I've always drunk quite a lot of water, and I just wanted to ask again. I've not really researched this in the group, but I know that there's this kind of idea to drink about 1.5 liters. But is it dependent on you as a person?
Okay. Here's it now. Right now, we need to tell the truth about ourselves as human beings. Okay, let's go back. So there was a time when we didn't have duvets, we didn't have cars, we didn't have like Crocs. We didn't, human beings.
Let's don't have Crocs.
But I do. I've lost them.
Sorry.
Let's look at ourselves as wild human beings, okay? Now, a wild human beings didn't live near water. We didn't live near rivers. We walked down the forest. So spring, summer, that's before we discovered fire, by the way. Spring, summer, we kill the animals, we get together, we hunt, we kill the animals. We're not preoccupied with food. If we got to eat 3 times a week, we're lucky because it's just meat, 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 meat. And then late autumn, that's when the fruits used to ripe. And it's supposed to be the sugar. So fruits are seasonal. It's supposed to be the sugar to make us store fat to walk to a warmer place. Or to not hibernate, but stay indoors where we can hunt. That's it. That's how the body's designed. The body wouldn't always be designed that way. It's our behavior towards food that's changed. So now, when you eat mainly fats and protein, your body produces, your body breaks down fats, it produces water.
Oh,
But
okay.
it produces a lot of water. But when you eat carbohydrates, when you eat a gram of carbohydrate needs about 3 part water to digest it. It needs a lot of water. So here's the thing. If you're drinking a lot of water, humans, our digestive system is very acidic. We are similar to lions. We're similar to vultures. So we are called omnivores. That means we can digest a lot of things. It doesn't mean that it means we can digest lots of things that we shouldn't eat. We can digest a lot of things. Omnivore means everything. But we can only thrive on meat because meat is our food. We got so when you drink too much water, you're diluting your body's acidity, especially if you drink it with a meal. So that's what I always say when you're drinking water, when you're eating, eat first and then drink the water about an hour afterwards. Give your digest because your body has to release hydrochloric acid, which burns your skin, but it releases it to help digest the food. You know what I mean? And enzymes, obviously. So you need about, I say for a woman, maximum about a liter of water, 1.5 liters of water a day. Because you don't need as much water, because you're not eating as many carbohydrates. But the problem is, obviously, if you are drinking water, you need salt as well. If you drink too much water, not enough salt, you get dehydrated. And if you have too much salt, not enough water, you become dehydrated as well. So you got to play around with stuff to get the balance right. If you get headaches, cramps, and stuff like that, it means you're dehydrated. Find out which you're doing more, okay? But I drink 1.5 liters of water a day. And when I did a 10-day fast, I only drank 0.5 liter of water every single day when I did a 10-day water fast. And I felt amazing. I was training as well, but then it wasn't the weather was shit. Obviously, the weather has been shit in this country for about 10 years. And like every day, I know you got 2 days. Oh yeah, there's a heat wave. Everybody goes down. Then the next day, you got your heating on again. It's all bullshit. So that's you don't need as much water, even though we've been told for years so many gallons of water, we're knocking it back. Water dilutes our electrolytes. So please just don't get too crazy about the water. 1.5 liters if you eat the way we're eating. Obviously, if you eat a lot of carbs, like I said, you need when I was eating a lot of carbs, I was eating 6 meals a day. I had to drink 6 liters of water every day. I had to.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But now you don't, because you're not the food you're eating, when it's broken down, your body produces water.
Makes sense. Just a bit of a dry mouth, I've noticed. So I have reduced my water. I used to drink 3 to 4 liters a day, and now I'm probably drinking between 1.5 and 2. So
but make sure that there's enough salt on your food. Salt your food. Use pink Himalayan salt, rock salt, or Celtic salt. Not sea salt and not table salt, because sea salt is just evaporated seawater. So I know a lot of my friends who go down to the sea and piss in it. And so if they piss in the sea when it's in the sea, so if it's evaporated seawater, and they got microplastics in it, you want Celtic salt, pink Himalayan salt, or rock salt, because these are mined salts, not from salt mines. Do you get me?
Yeah, I think I've got Malvern. That's Celtic, isn't it? Oh, that's sea salt. I think it's Celtic sea salt.
That's fine. That's it. Celtic salt is
it okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's what I use. Malvern.
The Malvern. Yeah, I've got both. I've got pink Himalayan and a grinder.
It's a bit moist. It's a bit moist, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. I've got that as well. Yeah.
Oh, good. Because I've got pink Himalayan in a grinder, and I've got a tub of Malvern in the cupboard. Good. Oh, thank God for that.
No, but you know what I mean? I've been in the industry for a very long time. I trained as a nurse. I've had to do a lot of unlearning. all this low fat bullshit that you see in the shops. That's what's making people ill, because
Yeah.
your body turns into sugar. So you can lose the weight by counting calories, all that, lose it, put it back on again. And sometimes a bit more. And then you're hungry, you're tired, you still got the brain fog. But this is actually giving your body the environment to heal itself. So keep it going. Even after the 90 days, it's a lifestyle change. You can go out, every once a week. I have a meal that's completely off plan. I look forward to it. But when the week starts, back on to eating the ribeye steaks.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I've just bought some ribeyes. I've got some. Where do you get your meat from? Can I ask?
From my butcher. Where do you live?
Nice. Oh, I live just outside Manchester.
Oh no. So look for a butcher. And I'm sure that, my butcher, the meat comes from Scotland. And he says to me that the meat that he's got, because in Scotland it's always cold. So the cows are grass fed and grass finished. Because
Nice.
but yeah, I get my meat from the butchers. If you follow me on Instagram, I've made my butcher famous. I'm always there. I go there like once or twice a week.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen you on there, but I hilariously I went into Morrison's recently and went to the butcher's counter and said, "Are the cows grass fed?" And they looked at me as if I had three heads first, and then they said, "Of course they're grass fed. They're cows." And I went, "Well, you might think that."
Yeah, they're grain fed a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell me that they are out in a field for most of their time and then at least they're finished off at the end? And they went, "Yeah, no, we just assume that they're out in a field." I went, "Great, thanks, bye."
No, but it's the truth, though. The thing is, a lot of them don't even know, and nobody's ever asked them that. But here's the thing. Okay, I know you want grass-fed meat, but it's the difference between eating, let's say, driving a Skoda and driving a Mercedes. So at a push you can still, but then still the grass-fed is better. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. And what about the things like, because I try and buy organic, but it's really difficult to do
Like what?
in a kind of realistic way. Sorry?
Like what? Like organic eggs?
And meat. Oh, I always buy organic eggs, and
Yeah,
I
I
make
buy
sure that
organic and free range. Yeah.
Yeah, organic free range eggs. Obviously don't eat dairy, and I haven't drunk milk for years. But it's not on plan anyway. But the meat that I'm getting, I'm buying from Field and Flour, which is an online butchery, and it's a cooperative, and it's all free range. I feel it's all free range, but it's not necessarily organic. I know. We'll reverse it, Eddie, at some point, I'm sure.
No, listen, it's a movement. Remember, we're trying to get it to grow, get everybody to wake up. So yeah, do you have any questions for me? Because you got somebody now.
No, it's been an absolute joy and pleasure to talk to you and meet you personally. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Honestly,
and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Please, thank you for being active. We see you. We appreciate that. Please don't stop. And congratulations. Just keep healing yourself, okay?
Love that. Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
Sally.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye, love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.